Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Tuesday topic here on Patreon, and we've had a video in from Nathan.
Hello Toffee TV. Yeah, just wanted to put forward a Tuesday topic on whether you think our lack of transfer dealings is due to the fact that Silva and brands think that the likes of Sandro, Klassen, Kieran Dowell, Morales are sort of seen as new signings for this season, essentially, and whether, you know, we're only realistically only after a couple of targets. So yeah, thanks.
There you have it. Cheers, Nate. Yeah, interesting question, because obviously if you go on social media, or maybe just stop someone in the street maybe. And ask them how they're feeling outside the Everton shop. Obviously people are starting to get a little bit worried. The season starts 3 weeks on Saturday. Therefore the transfer window shuts 3 weeks on Friday. So people are starting to get a little bit worried that we haven't made a signing. Which, do you know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to sit here going, oh, you shouldn't be worried, because every club likes to get the business done early, and I think a pre-season under a new manager is a big thing. It's where he gets his ideas across to those players. So you know, you want those new players to be on board with that straight away, and not to be picking her up late into the or during the season, because I think what we've seen last season is that once a season starts, okay, it'd be different this season, of course, because we're not in the Europa League, but once a season starts, you very quickly get taken away with it, and there's very little time to just take a breath. You know, even if you're a successful team and you've got international weekends, most of your players are going to go as well. So there's very little time to just implement those ideas. Obviously there will be stuff, but this is when it's allowed to soak in and allowed to build during these friendly matches. So I can understand from the start while there is that little bit of frustration.
The longest intro ever.
It's fine.
Yeah, we all want new players, don't we? That's a fact. It's the way football is now. We always want the new shiny thing in the summer, regardless of whether it's better than what you'd have. I think Everton are in a position where it has to be better than what we've got. That's the first thing. We're also in a position, quite unique position, because we've got a director of football coming in to the club, and a new head coach coming into the club, as well as other, you know, CEO and stuff. So that's complicated things probably a little bit more. Last on top of that, a World Cup as well, but I suppose they're just side issues, aren't they? Because we know that Marcel Brands and Marco Silva will have been looking at what's needed for a few months. It all boils down to whether you can get those players in. Players are on holiday. If it's players at the World Cup, they're still away. And then it's the negotiation process, isn't it? And I think the other thing as well is certainly with the likes of Kieran Tierney, who Everton were very, very interested in. I suppose it's having a limit where you go, we're not going to pay that for him, and if they go, well, we're not having him then, you'd have to walk away from that, don't you? It's, you know, suppose we're kind of seeing it a little bit with Adam Ola-Luckman, where he's obviously open to going back to Leipzig because he enjoyed his time there. They come at Everton with silly, you know, they haven't really made an offer, but the inquiries, you know, they don't want to pay over a certain price. We don't really want the players to, well, we don't want the players to go, do we? No. So it's difficult that way. So they're, at some stage they're going to have to walk away, because A, he's not for sale, and B, they're never going to pay a fee that Everton are going to be happy with anyway. And that maybe that's what's happened to us. Yeah,
but I mean, Nate's main question was obviously concerning the players that we've got already. You know, we've seen at the weekend, what, 24 players, 25 players was it? With also Walcott, Klassen, Beningame, Balassi on the sidelines, plus Pickford, Gylfi, Garner, so Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. So there is a lot of players there to consider, and he probably hasn't, well, he hasn't got I imagine the players off the books that he wanted to by now. I'm sure he wanted to have probably a couple more off the books, whether it be Ashley Williams or Morales. He hasn't been able to do that, but do you think there is that idea that we are running the rule over certain players, and to just see whether, you know, whether it's worth pushing them a little bit more? Let's say, I mean, let's look at someone like the left back position. Yes, we were linked with Tierney, and obviously there was obviously talks. Do you think now he might just, I'm not saying he'll stop and won't be looking for a left back, but maybe he'll just go, and actually that weekend training, Anthony Robertson really impressed me, and he might just be willing to just.
No.
Okay.
No, I think the likes of Anthony Robinson, he's got another, for me, he needs another year development. I think then that puts Leighton Baines at 34, so that's, you know, then his place for me is really up for grabs, even as a backup. I think they've identified players they want and positions they want, and I think that's what he wants regardless. Yeah. I think a left back, quite obviously, they're in the market for a left back, a centre back, a centre midfield player, a winger, a centre forward. That's what's been bouncing around. So it's 5 positions. Okay, they might not get all 5 at the moment, but we don't know. You don't know, it's still early days. And it's difficult because I think maybe for the centre forward position,
yeah,
he might look and go, oh, 1 X or Y, and we can't get them. And he might go, well, we've got Cenk Tosun, Nias scores goals, we've got him, got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Theo Walcott can play down the middle as well. I might take my chance with that and we'll go back for him in January. Maybe. I don't think he can do that with the left back. We've seen that last season. At centre back, we've got 4 centre backs. Now, I know that a couple of journalists have picked up on it's basically what we said in the Final Word video, that, or what you said in the Final Word video. With the team that started the first half is Mason Holgate. I'll be looking at him to start, you know. So that's interesting. You know, so we'd have 4 centre backs, so you could argue almost you can get through with that if he couldn't get a centre back, but we know that he really wants one.
But it's not about getting through, is it?
No, it's about improving.
And you said you're right about what you said about the left back position. Anthony Robinson isn't ready. He's not ready to push for that spot.
No.
And Leighton Baines, you know, I love him to bits, but I really want someone to take his place off him. I really do. I'm not going to sit.
Well, I want him to, after play, 9 out of 10 to get in the team.
No, I honestly, Baz, I want someone to take his place.
Fine.
I want someone who's better than Leighton Baines. I really do. I want Everton to go out and buy someone who's better than Leighton Baines, because I love the fella, I really do. But I don't want to be getting into a situation where we're getting to, like, you know, November time and he's struggling and stuff. I don't want that. I want someone in. I really wanted Tierney. I really did.
Yeah.
I wanted him. I really genuinely believe he's going to be a top left back.
I still don't think that's
all right, well,
over.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm just saying I still don't, because we haven't got anyone, have we?
I really wanted that lad, because again, people might sit there and go, well, Robinson's only a year away. Robinson might never become anything for Everton. He really might. I've seen this story a million times with players.
He might be fantastic.
But he might be, but you can't leave that to chance, can you?
No.
And
don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating.
No, I know you're not.
I'm just saying. I don't. Nathan's question is, do you think the likes of Dowell, the likes of Connolly, the likes of Robinson, the likes of Morales doing all right in that game, and do you think that's why they're not buying anyone? That is the actual question.
Yeah, no, but we can't. We need to get half an hour out of this, Baz. Come on, play the game, kid.
We will get half an hour, no problem. But we'll come on to that towards the end.
No, but
I'm just saying.
For me, for that left back position, though, and other positions, not. You know, I know you just said there's 4 centre backs, but Ashley Williams doesn't come into the equation for me, and Jack Gilker has to be a backup.
I was saying to you, when he's looking at it, just at the moment, right, he'd look and go, well, I've got 4 centre backs, so who can we get? Can we get him? Can we get him? Can we get him? If he can't, he might look and go, all right, but I really need.
I don't want him thinking like that.
Well,
I really don't.
To be honest, like we don't know what he thinks, because he's new,
but
and we don't know how he works.
For those kind of players, I just want him to. I want him to have.
Let's be honest, right? Every player we bring in from now, or certainly 98% of the players we bring in from now, need to be an upgrade on what we've got.
I know
that's the only way.
And that's what I'm saying.
Gonna go
I don't want to be sitting here. I want him to be sitting here and going, well, no, there's only 3 centre-backs in this equation, and actually...
And he might be.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying...
That's what
I'm hoping that he's thinking, is that he's thinking, well, we've got 2 young centre-backs there. Phil Jagielka is back up, and I want someone else to come in and be 27, 28-year-old.
Well, what about this Mina? Yerry Mina.
Mate, what's he done? Honestly, no, I know, but
what
come
I'm
on.
Saying to you,
Vida, I would probably say yeah, because I look at him through that World Cup, and he looks like, you know, he looked like a figure of authority.
Yeah,
that
at the back,
that we need.
Yeah. I'm just saying to you, even in fact, someone like Keane would be benefit massively from having someone like Vida and Holgate would learn. What I'm saying is, Mina it seems to be ticking along, but he's 24, he's 6'5", he's a big unit, he's quick.
Has he ever stood out to you?
He stood out in the World Cup.
I honestly didn't stand out to me one bit. What I'm saying is that if we went out and bought him, then I wouldn't go, oh, he's terrible. But what I mean is, I just want them to be. The question, like, a good question, but I want him to be, and I hope he is. I want them to be absolutely definite about what they're doing, and you know, if they can't get a left back, it's not for the one to try. And if they can't get a centre back, it's not for the one to try. If they can't get the positions that they want, it's not for the one to try. I really do not want another summer of, well, we were gonna buy this player, but then Kevin Morales had a couple of good games. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't. I honestly don't.
But I think, but I know. But I think we've fallen into that trap before, and that's where that's where I want the manager, or just go, well, he's got 4 centre backs, nothing to worry about there. Well, yeah, for me.
I'm not.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying I don't want that to be.
I don't think it will. I think he's come in. He said himself after the game. He said the man, like, Marcel Brands knows the players we want. We've identified them, and he's going to make sure he gets them. That's what he said. We'll
wait and see on that.
Of course, but that's what he said. So he's not going to listen. He's not going to come in as our manager and then go, I want him and him. We can't deliver, or deliver equally as good, and then go, oh well, we tried. He's not, mate, because his reputation. He's got to make a go with this now himself. Everton have got to make a fist of this. Marcel Brands, as a marker, has got to make. If he does this right and brings in 2 or 3, and people go, you know what, they're really good signings, everyone's behind them then. Then if they turn around in January and go, we only need 1 player, and we're going, oh, we need 3, and they go, no, we need 1, and it's this. People will go, yeah, alright, you know what you're doing. We're all still bouncing around because of what's happened in the last 2 years, because we had a fella doing something, that a job that he wasn't qualified for. We had a manager that didn't have a structure, a plan, a way of playing. He just thought you could get decent footballers and go ahead lads, go and have a game, and it'd work, because he had one eye on Barcelona. That's the thing. Whereas this fella is about building teams, and that's what he's doing. And I think as well as, and he will improve players, there's no question about it, because when you get that level of detail coaching good footballers, they improve. End of story. He mightn't ultimately be a success at Everton, he might be, but he's a good coach, and good coaches make players better. David Moyes was a good coach. Don't let anyone, you know, rewrite it. He mightn't have done what he wanted to do, but he was a good coach, and he made players better. Hence why Arteta developed, and why Cahill got better, and Lescott and Jag, because he come in and he coached them so that they knew every role, so they knew how to play the game in this country. No bigger example than Slackwell. He couldn't kick a ball.
No, I massively agree about Moyes.
And I think that this is what this fella's like. So ultimately we'll judge him on whether he delivers any kind of success, of course, but he will make our players better. By making them better doesn't necessarily mean 8 of them who we would say can go out the door won't go out the door.
No, but I think what there has to be natural turnover. There's always going to be natural turnovers, and that's where, you know, a player will always come to the end of his time at a club. That doesn't mean, you know, a Klassen or a Sandro. You know, natural wastage. Williams, maybe a Morales, these kind of players who naturally the time has come for them to move on. I
don't think either of them would be too bothered.
Well, exactly, and that's it. It works both ways, doesn't it? When your time is over at a club, it's over. You know, there's no point. There's, you know, maybe Balassi will go out on loan or something like that. You know, those kind of sort of areas where the manager will look at maybe look at a player and go, "You're not in my first team, and you're 28, and we can make."
Don't need that,
good money on you, you know, even if it's a loan and we get a couple of million for the loan.
The wages, isn't it?
Yeah. So there will always be that, and it's where you replace them. But, you know, going back to the initial question, I think there will be some players who will be given, you know, a good go of it in areas that aren't necessarily where we are looking to improve straight away. So somewhere like left back, obviously, that's somewhere I feel like we need to bring someone in now.
We can't not buy
but somewhere, ironically, like the number 10 position, where, you know, this time last year we seemed to have, they were coming out of every pouring off orifice. Now it looks like, well, if Kieran Dahl can settle down and get his head right, because I think that's the only thing about Kieran Dahl, it's his head. It's about focus, having that focus on football. And people might go, well, what's that got to do with it? Look at players like Paul Pogba. When Paul Pogba is focused and it's about the footy and it's about doing what you need to do, you go and win a World Cup. When it's not, it's these games of footy where he thinks he's going to be great and he's not great. That comes down to just pure focus, concentration, doing the work, doing the research, doing the training, going through the drills, knowing what your job is. And I think that's what Kieran Dahl has to do to settle into this squad if he wants to be part of this squad. The manager's got to look at him and go, right, I can trust you to play 90 minutes if I need to, and or 15 minutes off the bench if I need to. I think that's why he didn't stick around last year, because they looked at him and probably gone, you flow through games, you don't offer enough.
Yeah,
you offer moments, but you've got to offer more than that, because we can't afford to carry you.
Well,
so he's one for me that could, in the next couple of weeks, especially while Gylfi Sigurdsson's not here, could definitely lay a marker down where Everton will go, well, we don't need to buy X, Y and Z, you can do that job.
He's one, he definitely is one, because he's got the talent. I listened to his interview in Austria talking about last year, the career, but one bit just like made me laugh just right at the start of it, because he went, I don't like running, and I just thought, yeah, there you go, there's your problem. So once the ball's there, but I kind of understand what he means. He's a ball player, he doesn't like the other stuff. He said, but I had to learn, and that's what he's got to do. We went and watched him 2 years ago, well, 18 months ago, when
less than that,
when Ronald Koeman, coming towards the end of Koeman's first season, manager was there, the coach, first team coach was there, and he just strolled around the pitch, and you're thinking, you've got a chance here to go, give me a shot, give me a shot at this. Last year, the same, like coming towards the end of last season, when we weren't doing, you know, when Koeman was, you're looking and going into the new season, that was his opportunity. Then he went away to Holland, scored a few goals, and then straight away you're like, you're still wandering around. You've got to go and be busy and get yourself in, and I think he's probably done that more at Forest, because he will have had to. He can't. But he
finished the season not playing games of football because the new manager come in.
And he might know to do what he wants,
and looked at him and just went, you can't contribute what I need to this team. But don't get me wrong, there were times during the season, like the Arsenal game, where he did very well.
He scored 10 goals, didn't he?
You know, so I think he'll be one where the manager will come in and look at him and go, you need to show me what you can do.
Ability wise, he's got it. It's whether he can, and the skill and the vision. So all it is now is, it's, can you transfer that ability, can you package that up and put that into knowing where to run and to getting about the pitch.
I'll tell you the difference. The difference is, look at Kieran Dahl, right? if Kieran Dowell wants to look at anyone, look at your mate. Look at Tom Davies, right? He splits opinion. Let's get it right about Tom. He splits opinion, right? But look at his energy levels. Look at the work rate he puts in. It's not all. Again, with Tom, it's not always focused in the right areas. I think that's something that experience brings you. That sometimes there's a lot of energy wasted by Tom in the wrong areas, doing the wrong things. And that
not playing footy in the street at midnight.
No, that's skateboarding more like.
Yeah.
But on the pitch, but if Kieran Dowell had that work ethic, then Kieran Dowell's game would go up a couple of levels to the point where he'd be the one knocking on the door to get in the team. He'd be the one who'd be, when people go, oh, I can't. I mean, I still see people going, he's a championship player, and you're like, mate, you what? You don't. If you think Tom Davies is
Tom Davies,
yeah,
no,
exactly,
nonsense.
Exactly. It's, you know, Tom Davies is he makes mistakes. He makes stupid mistakes. He makes the kind of mistakes kids make.
Go and watch any good player. Watch them when they were younger. They're not. You know, I've seen a couple in my lifetime who you've looked at and gone, wow. Wayne Rooney was one.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney was like a man in a kid's body, knew how to play the game, knew where to take the ball in the last closing minute. I've said it before when he told Kevin Campbell to run in the corner with a 35-year-old Kevin Campbell when he was 16. He knew that. Right, other kids are flamboyant and will do other things and give stuff away. Steven Gerrard, fantastic footballer, but watch his early games for Liverpool. He was all over the place, and people were a bit like, he's got something, but is he gonna? You know, I'm not saying Davis is going to be Steven Gerrard, of course I'm not, but there's lots of young players, and that's why they are the way they are. They make mistakes. They give the ball. Aaron Ramsey. Think Aaron Ramsey's a good player? Do you?
He's alright.
He's had a decent career, hasn't he? He's scored all kinds of winners in cup finals many times on the run. Played at Arsenal for 10 years or something, mad, or whatever it is. Arsenal fans are like, he's not that good, is he? But other teams would love him. I'd have loved him at Everton because the goals from midfield, but he's another one, he's like that. And young lads go like that. That's the... If people watch Tom Davies and go, oh, he can't do this. Look at the things he can do. Stop looking at what he can't do. It's look at the things he can do. He's a kid. He hasn't played, I don't think he's played 100 Premier League games yet, has he? He's played about 60, probably nowhere near 100, probably played like 50 Premier League games.
But he's still played 50 Premier League.
No, but what I'm saying is, he's 19.
No, I know, but at the same time, I'm saying he's played 50 Premier League games, you know what I mean? This is a 19, you don't play 50 Premier League games. He's you know, people have to turn around and say he's a championship player. Nonsense, but that's
what... Seamus Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
Classic example, like Seamus Coleman came in at Benfica and played left back, right? I watched them that night and was like, because I'd heard loads of things about, oh, he's fabulous. Watched them that night and was like, now granted he was up against Di Maria and good players. He had him there. Then he got in and he was energy, but he was hit and miss, and it was like, he's going to be good enough. People go, nah, Ibo's well better, Hibbert's well better, and Phil Neville is better, and get it and all that. Seamus he's our captain now. Been fantastic for Everton because he got in and settled down, and that's what it's about, isn't it?
But I mean, that's what Dal should be looking at. He should be looking at, why aren't I knocking on the door? What's he got that I haven't got? And it's just work rate. It's the hunger. It's knowing what to do and when to do it, and always being busy in Premier League games. So Kieran Dowell is someone that I think the opportunity is there, and I think that's an area of the park where, as I said, it's not somewhere we will be going, well, we need someone absolute. I mean, you know, in time, yes, but I don't think it's an absolute necessity now.
But if you look at them areas, you've got Sigurdsson, who's fantastic. He wasn't amazing last season, but we know that he is a very, very good Premier League player. He got better and better, then he got the injury. You know, done all right for Iceland in the World Cup, didn't he?
Well, considering he's been out that long.
Exactly. So we've got him, and I expect him to be back on it and at the ground, you know, ready to go again. You know, we've got people like Lookman who can go and play in that role if we need them to. So there's different options.
Well, I mean, Lookman, we should really talk about Lookman, because he's another one. He's not a guaranteed. He is one of these players. He's not a guaranteed anything just because another club are knocking on the door asking for him. You know, he's not a guaranteed anything at Everton Football Club. So he's another one. He will stop us going to buy someone because we've already bought him. It's him. So, you know, he is someone that has to be given every opportunity, and I think will be given every opportunity.
What happens if we get Balassi out the door? Do we then go buy another one, or do we just go and it's just Lookman? Because I suppose what we don't want to do is get into the situation again of going and playing Gylfi out there if we're going to try and play him down the middle, unless of course Dal goes and play out there. But is he's not the same?
Well, it's
because we've been heavily linked with, we've been linked with Carrillo, we've been linked with Lozano, we're linked with
Zaha,
Wilfred Zaha. There's three. I mean, Zaha 70 million wouldn't be coming to sit on the bench, would he? So we're linked with these wide players all the time.
I suppose it comes down to the way we'll be playing. If we play a proper three up front, you know, if you haven't got, if a Lookman was out, then you could move Walcott over to the left. You could play someone else on the right,
Calvert-Lewin,
Sandro or whatever, out of the squad we've already got. But then if you brought someone else in, then they're all competing for those places, which is exactly what you want.
Lookman's someone who, I mean, we've seen on Saturday, getting carried away by Saturday, but we've seen on Saturday the ability that he's got. He goes by players like they're not.
But we've seen last season in Germany.
And we've seen last season in Germany, and we've seen little flashes of it before. And if someone can focus him, which quite clearly Leipzig did, you see what you get from him. Yeah. And he's another player. He's another one who he'll drift in and out of games. He's a winger. It's what they do. Walcott drifts in and out. He works hard, but sometimes he's not in the game.
I think Lookman suffers from the same problems Kieran Dowd does. When he hasn't got the ball at his feet, it doesn't actually exist.
But that's not good, is it?
No, I know, but that's a young thing. That's a they come alive when they've got the ball. For Lookman, I think he can get away with it a little bit more because he is more of a winger. I've always thought of him that he's a number 10. You know, you look at Sterling, the way Sterling played in the World Cup. That's how I envisage Lookman. That's how I see Lookman. I see Lookman as a player that can pick the ball up and get you up the pitch. Not necessarily stuck in one position. Someone who can get you up the pitch and can create opportunities. I think he's that kind of player. I think he's potentially could be that good.
Okay.
Kieran Dowell, I think, just going back to him, has to be more busy because he isn't that player. He hasn't got the pace to be that player. So he's got to be more like a Sigurdsson. And if you look at Sigurdsson's work rate, you look at the running he did in the World Cup. You know, you look how much yards he put in to win the ball back and break the play up. That's what he has to do. But I think with Lookman, he doesn't have to do as much work. He does need to up his work rate, but he shouldn't be tracking back. He shouldn't be doing that. All his work should be hopefully going forwards. I think we've seen that a little bit more when he was in Germany. I think you've seen him get the ball in areas where he could really hurt people. Whereas we kept on saying when he's playing for Everton, he's picking the ball up on the halfway line and trying to take people on and wondering why he's losing it. Where when he got the ball around the box or in space, then suddenly it was like, fucking hell, this lad. I mean, Limassol, okay, the opponents were rubbish, but every time he got the ball, he beat the first man, and then the second man either had to commit or back off. And once he backed off, he was in an area where he could shoot or pick a pass, and I think that's what he's all about. And I think that's up to the manager now to get that out of him.
Yeah, I agree, and give him some direction, give him some focus, and I think all the tools are there with him, most definitely. All the tools are there. You know, him and Dowell are two of the brightest prospects, you know, that we've got. There's no question about that. Other people, I suppose, you're looking at Callum Connolly.
Well, let me just say one more thing on Lookman. Ironically, if Lookman was playing on the left and had a full-back that could just get up and down all day for fun, that would make his job so much easier. And I think that's why, again, that if you had a younger, if you had a Baines in his peak sort of thing, and you've got him on that left-hand side, and Lookman can go inside, God, that makes Lookman's job.
We're seeing at the weekend again.
Stop talking about the weekend.
No, but I'm talking about
we beat a team 22-0.
No, it's got to. What you're looking at is principles from the manager that come out, right? And we'll see more of this tomorrow. Is that where the wingers go, and where the fullbacks go, and where the movement is? You'll see more of that tomorrow.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's correct. But that's why for me, and I'm sure you feel the same. We need a left back.
No, we do. There's areas
do that all day.
What I was saying to you, there's areas where you'd go, all right, we've got good players there, but we can't not sign a left back. We can't. Like we done it last year. We needed a left back and a centre forward. I mean, sign either, and it come back and bit us on the arse massively. And we can't let that happen this summer. And we need the left back. We need, like I said, the 5 positions I said before is what we need. The only one I'd say we could probably be alright would be the centre forward, because Niask will get you goals. Tosin will definitely get us goals. Calvert-Lewin's developing, still a very good lad. Yes, an upgrade on Umar would be nice, but then where are you going to get an upgrade who's happy to sit on the bench?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because if we are playing 3 up front, and 2 of them, I don't think we've got Sancho as well.
And Sancho,
if he does have
so that's what I'm saying. We've talked about, and it's been put out there about him wanting to strengthen in the final third in a striking position. But we are well versed, I suppose. I've got big things for Tosin. I really do think he'll do big things if we can create chances for him.
For me, that area of the park is all about. It is about the width. It is, we've been linked. I know we've been linked with Richarlison, and I don't think we'll get anyone from Watford for a while. No. But I think that's the kind of player he is looking at. He's looking at that kind of winger striker with pace who can get us up the pitch. Because,
and get us goals.
And get us goals, because we need the
Lozano.
Pace. Yeah, we need the pace.
If you could get someone like him, then you can rotate them Lookman, Lozano and Walcott for me. What do you make of, say, Vlasic?
I think Vlasic is Vlasic is I think we bought a player with a lot of potential, and he kid realised it at times, but I think he needs to be treated like any other young player and given the fair crack of the whip like any other young player. I don't think once Fat Ass came in, there was any use of him correctly. He was out and he was in, he was out, and I think he just needs to. I think it comes down to him as well. Though again, it's consistency. It's doing something. It's offering something in a game. But again, that comes from coaching. That comes from knowing what your role is. So I think.
Who don't you see as having a future then? Because Nathan's saying.
What you mean, like as a younger player or anyone?
To be honest with you, anyone now. I
don't really think Morales has got a future.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's got the tools anymore to offer what we want. I don't think he's got what the manager requires.
No.
I think he'd move on happily.
Williams.
I don't want Williams anywhere near this football club.
Balassi.
He's another one. See, I feel slightly sorry for him. Because, I don't feel slightly. I do feel sorry for him because of the injury. But would this be the right time to try and move him on? Yeah, I imagine it is. And so we've spoken about them before. I mean, I think with the younger players as well, it's a difficult one. I think Callum Connolly, I don't think's anywhere near good enough. I just don't. I think I don't think he's anywhere near good enough. Joe Williams, no, I just don't see it. I don't see. I've heard he's got potential. He's this and he's that. Well, has he though? I mean, I've heard this. As I say, it just comes down to experience, doesn't it? Of what you've seen before and who you've seen. There's Kieran Dowell. I've seen it. Seen him at the Forest. Seen the little flashes of brilliance. I've seen it in the under-23 games. Seen it in pre-season last season. You can see what he can do when he gets that ball on his left foot. I look at these other players and just think Kenny's the backup right back. Bar none.
So what we're saying is Kenny, Davies, Dowell are the 3 that, I know Lookman is there as well, but we bought him in, but they're the 3 from the younger lads who we look and go, they can get into our squad. Connolly, unsure. Joe Williams, we're unsure.
But he's injured, isn't he, at the moment?
Joe's injured, so he hasn't been given a chance, obviously, because he's injured. Anthony Robinson, I don't think he's ready, but he looks handy.
I'd like to see him have another year on loan, but not with Bolton, because they're shite. Let's get it right, they're shite. I'd like to see him either with a team towards the top of the Championship, or even, and I doubt this would happen, a Premier League team where he'd play, but I don't actually think he's ready to play in the Premier League.
I'd like him to. either go to somewhere like Stoke, where the crowd are on you and it's a tight ground and they'll want you to work hard, or Celtic if we could get.
Well, look, when Seamus went on loan, right? He went to Blackpool, right? Went to Blackpool, played at Wembley in a playoff final, and got promoted.
Yeah,
and then came back. See, that's the route you want.
The route, yeah.
You want that route where it means. And then listen, Robinson did the other side last year. He started off, he didn't play for the first few weeks, then got in the team and then helped the team survive, and that's great. That will teach him one thing, and he's took that into the summer, and he's gone and played for America, and he's played in, you know, he played in the last game against France before they went on and won the World Cup. You know, he played over in America. He's a kid that I think he could have something, but I just don't think it's the right time to cross over. I just don't think it's there yet.
I've got the perfect solution. Get Tierney,
give him to Celtic.
Let Celtic have him for a year, and then Bainesy can go up and win everything up in Celtic for a few years. No, but I think, see, because I know people might go, Scottish League, you're not going to develop, but the pressure of playing for Celtic with 60,000 people, I think would help him. But like you say, you know, a Championship club, but at the right end and where he's going to get it.
He's going to play.
Even, you know what, Derby County with Lampard, playing with John Terry, having Frank Lampard as his manager, who I'm not saying, we don't know whether Lampard's going to be amazing or he's not, but he's won everything in the game. He talks very well when you listen to him. He's one of the few pundits I don't mute or turn off because he actually has a point to his point, if you know what I mean. He doesn't just chat for the sake of it. So I think somewhere like that would really benefit Anthony Robinson. Obviously, doing another couple of weeks with the first team here first and showing the manager exactly what he's got, but I think another year and then he might be like Seamus, then ready to come back and go, you know what, I want to fight for this place again. No, it all depends on who we get. If we go out and bought a Kieran Tierney or Marvin Pattenard from Germany, or you know.
What I would say about Robinson though, in his defence, is that he's very quick, and I think that quickness could get him. And this was again a lot of similarities with Seamus. That quickness could get him out of trouble. That he's almost put himself in by being young
defender.
I look at people like Galloway, and I don't know if they ever had that pace. That if they made a mistake, they could really get themselves out of. He has got that pace. So
I think the problem with Galloway was his centre back, and then we just played him at left back, and it's positional sense.
But there you go. There's a loan that was wrong. It was
a disaster.
Just a wrong loan, and it's completely curtailed his Everton career. He'll never play for Everton's first team again. No, he's not. He's not even with the first team squad. He's with the under-23s. He's never going to play for the Everton first team again, and that's sad. Because at times he looked really good.
He did. He looked like Baines was gonna.
And there was just a misstep in his career, and it's cost him. And that's why it is so important that you get these little decisions right. And I suppose when they go on loan, I think Garbutt's a classic case as well. But I suppose when they do go on loan and they go to a Bolton or a Barnsley or an Ipswich, it is so they play. It's so they play games of football. So that you know, and they're not asked probably what that team gets up to for that year. It's all about is my kid going to play? Are they going to be developed during that year? How are they going to be when they come back?
So the question is from Nathan: do you think that this is the reason why we haven't bought anyone at the moment?
I just don't. No. I don't think that is the reason. I really don't. I think the reason is that we just can't get the players we want. That's the top and bottom of it. We're like you said before, we've brought a manager in and a director of football in the same summer, and restructured the whole of the board, and got a new chief executive. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
We've changed everything, and at the moment it's clear that the principles at the moment are to get the wage bill down and lose players.
You've got to have. I'm with you. I don't think it's anything to do with the reason why. I think at the end of the window, if he couldn't get one or two, they might go, all right, well, we've got Kieran Dowell, so we didn't. pity we couldn't get X, but we've got Kieran Dowell and he's a backup and he can do that. It won't be the same with a left back or a centre back or a first choice, but it's the same thing, isn't it? It's about, if we're gonna say how can we run ourselves better so that we've got more expendable income, so that we can offer players a bit better contracts. Stop giving players like Sandro, and there's no disrespect to Sandro, but 120 grand a week when he was on something like 15. And I know we done that to get him here, but didn't work, did it? You know, if we'd have given, wouldn't he have come for 65 or 70? If he wouldn't have gone, alright, see you, mate. Because,
but if you are going to do that, and I'm not advocating we go back to that, but if we do that, then use the fucking kid well. Know what your plan is. Don't bring him in with a week before the season and go, you're playing first game, mate. I know you don't know anybody or know how we play, because we don't know how we play. Have a plan.
But that's what I think Brands is here for. And Silver, they're here to go, right, we pay you how much and we pay you how much. It's right, okay, well,
justify that to me.
Yeah, so it's got to be that. So if I come to buy
you, what do you do here?
If I come to buy you and you're a good player and doing really well, and I say, listen, we can offer you this, but you're going to be in our team, that's fine. But if you're like, you know, if I go to you, well, I'll give you 90 grand a week, you're on 40 and you're doing really well, and go, well, how come Sandro's on 100? You know what I mean? When you're looking at that, you go,
Baz, Sandro's on more money than most of the Spurs squad.
I know.
That says it all.
That's the thing.
You go to those players, and if you go to a player and go, listen, we've got a thing here, we're doing this, and we want to hit the stars, and the bonuses will come, the life experience will come, things will come. You will love this here, but we're not paying you 120 grand. But you know what? If you want to go and play for X, Y, and Z and earn that,
off you go.
But you know, you're not going to get what you get it from here. That's basically what Spurs did.
Of course.
And then basically what they're doing now is they're going, well, Harry Kane, we'll give you the 6. You want, and wait, 6 years. 6 years. We're not willing to sell you for probably 300 million now, and we'll pay you, I don't know what he's on, 150
grand a week.
Right. Still not anywhere near like Lukaku's on 225 apparently. So what they're saying to him is that, again, they're saying 6 years, we love you, we'll look after you, there'll be a bonus here, there'll be a bonus there, you love it, we love it, blah blah blah. Are you on board? Yeah, he's on board. That's what you've got to do. You've
many different ways how to do it. How did Moyes get players here? Because it was listen, I know they weren't the top end, of course, but we'll pay you well, and we'll make you better. This is what we've got to be now, is that, look, come in for this. If you do the business, we'll give you a big fat wedge of a bonus, you know, and try and get around it. But we've got to pull everything back. I've got no issue with a player perform. I would have no issue if Lukaku would have stayed, paying him 150 grand a week, and other people were on 70, right? Because I wasn't his biggest fan, but the lad delivered. He scored goals, and if you're doing your job, like Jordan Pickford, if Pickford starts,
if he starts the season and they haven't given him a new contract, then the club are negligent.
But
they are, though, aren't they?
But if he starts the season and by November he's playing brilliant, I'd be going, you can't keep doing it, because if he has a mare, then everyone will go, why have you given that stupid? Because we've done that before, though. We've been burnt. Bobby Brown shoes burnt us.
He's a massive asset to the football.
Well, he is, but he's only a year into a 5.5 year deal, or a 5 year deal, whatever it was.
He's an asset.
He is, but don't get me wrong, he's on a few quid as well.
But he's an asset.
Well, he is.
And if you tie him down, then he becomes a bigger asset.
Well, I'm just saying, people who deliver, do you know what I mean? If you deliver, you get well recompensed, and I think that's what the likes of Marcel Brands, what Marcel Brands wants to do. He wants to come in and go, whoa, let's pull everything back, because if we pull all that back, that then goes into this pot for him over there who scores 40 goals a season, and that then creates more money for the manager to go bum bum bum, and you're not sat with, we had players who cost us 40-50 million and costing us 800 grand a week, not kicking a football for us last season at times, not touching a football, and you're going, there's the money there. Now when you're having a go at Mashiri, there's the money, because Mashiri, isn't going to keep going. Yeah, lads, yeah. Or letting Everton as a club run up bills that they can't afford because we're, as fans, going. And I'm the same. I am the same. I want players. Every day I get up and I'm texting a couple of me mates who are agents. I'm texting him. I'm going, anything happen? Yeah, stuff's happening. Well, what? You know, because it's not happening quick enough.
Like in any football club and like in any league or whatever, money sloshes around, right? It sloshes, but it's how you use the money. So Machiri's gone. Machiri last season went, right, tell you what, I'll give you, how much was spent last year? I'll tell you what, I'll give you 300 million quid, right? You can use that 300 million however you want. You can go and buy 3 players and the wages are nuts and all the rest of it. So that, you're right, that part of that 300 million though is still sitting in our squad. Like, you know what I mean by that is
we're getting no value out of it.
It's sitting there and it's getting no value. So you could sell that, whoever it is, and yes, you would. If it's a Balassi or whatever, you might lose half on it. But if you take that money then, and then with that wages that you can reduce, you're going to have probably the same amount of money for the next player. Yes, you've lost money on him because you know you've sold them at a loss, but obviously if you buy a new player and then you give them less wages, you're going to make that back. So that money's still there. It's still sitting in the squad. It's like your mortgage. It's like unlocking it. You know, you can all right, we'll lose a little bit on that and he might top that up, but that money's still sitting there, and it's also sitting in other players. You know, again, part of the question there was the likes of Klassen, the likes of Sandro, who've hardly kicked the ball. I hate to use the thing that we used to be peddled every season, but they are sort of like new players because we haven't got the value out of them. They haven't shown enough of their worth. So if you were to get, let's say Sandro and Klassen came in and Klassen played 30 games and Sandro played 25 games next season, then you have they are new players. They are new players then, because you've just unlocked their value. And if you could sell somebody, because you've got these 2 new players, then their value's been unlocked. So there are players like that who are there. Don't forget, last year we bought all those players. Now, out of all those players that we bought, Wayne Rooney's the only one who's left.
And he was one who performed quite well.
Well, he was, yeah. So,
but he's gone with them wages.
But he's gone. No, but I'm not even talking about wages. I'm talking about the players we brought in, that we actually got value out of it. So Michael Keane, did we get value out of him? No, we didn't.
Really, no.
So there's one that this season's a big season for. Klassen, didn't get any value for him. Sandro, we didn't get any value for him. Gilfie, yes, but we can get more out of him this season. Walcott, we got value, but the value for him will continue. So you're not looking to replace him. And Toshin, did we get value for him? Yeah, but not to the levels the potential is there. So again, he's another one that you go, oh hang on, we only bought him in January. So this Walcott
and he only really played middle of February.
So there's 2 players that straight away you go, oh, we bought them in January. So and now they're bedded in. So actually, they're like almost like ready for the kickstart of the new season. So
you know, Martina.
Yeah, we didn't get any value for him.
Well, we got him for nothing, so we did get value because
but he's on £400,000 a week though, Baz. He's not.
He done all right, but he's one who again you would go, yeah, you're out the door, mate. The first if anyone would come in for him. So surely Brands has got connections. Those, you want to go to Holland, someone will take him. Those players, there's a group of players there which you take the burden off the squad because they're not there anymore and they're not moaning about not playing. And you're bringing that wages back into the squad. The other thing is when you're looking at that and what they need to be looking at now is for me the centre midfield area, because Schneiderlin is a decent player, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. He didn't show it last year. I'm not massively confident he's going to show it this year.
No,
I think he sounds like he wants to have a go. He was decent enough at the weekend. Again, you can't really talk about it, but I mean he moved. The stuff that's coming out of him, there's positive and that. But I'd want someone like Decore, who's at Watford. I know we won't get him probably because they won't want to sign, but someone like that who's mobile and physical and can get around the pitch. And I think that's a key area for me as much as what the left back area is. It really is for me.
Yeah, I think those are the two positions. I mean, going back to what we said before as well, you mentioned Mason Holgate.
Yeah,
he's another one that really can and should stamp his mark on this team, because if he goes up and gets that, like we said before, that level of concentration that is needed to be a Premier League footballer, then he could be a very, very good player for us this season, a very big player for us this season.
He's got the pace,
but
hasn't he?
What he's got to do for me this season is, he said it himself. I think he's done an interview with Everton yesterday, and he's talking about this being the season he's got to play and got to step up. He's got to become a leader this season. He's got to, and it's not a natural thing for some people. Okay, you can go around the pitch and you can point fingers at people and say, push people and call them a big toothed knobhead, whatever you want, right? But I mean, being a leader in terms of being a defender. No, getting your line sorted. You know, telling people when to step up, telling people to do the jobs, knowing that you're doing yours,
not leaving people running in behind.
Yeah, knowing that you're doing yours, knowing that you're staying up on your feet. You're staying up on your feet and you're not diving in. That's what a leader is in terms of the defender. It's telling people that, you know, I look at the kid at Newcastle at Lascelles, and you look at him, he's 24 or whatever he is, and he's a great player. But you look at him and go, that was horrible, by the way, really horrible.
Like, you know, when your
the microphone picked up.
That's the ankle, bro.
So that makes it even worse. He's got to become that, because we need that's what we need at centre back.
Him and Lascelles would be perfect.
But see, we need a leader at centre back.
I was saying they would be,
and you've got to have one.
Partnership.
And that's where I worry that Keane and Holgate can't play together, because I don't. And even though they've got Coleman on one side and Jags on the other, as a fullback, that's not your job. Baines on the other side. That's not your job to call out those. No. That, as a centre back, that's your job.
See, I still think Keane can be alright for us to do.
But he's not a leader, Baz.
No,
he never will be a leader.
No, he's not.
He's not got it in him.
So it highlights what we need at centre back, doesn't it? And maybe that Vida is someone like him is what we need, but Lascelles would be one, because he's a decent age, and like I say, that Yerry Mina's a big. I don't know what I haven't seen enough of him, but he's a big, imposing defender. So you just don't know, but they're the areas there for me. Definitely, though, maybe those three. You know, left back, centre midfielder. I'd love another wide player. I would, whether that be Lozano. I'd love Lozano. If we didn't get Lozano, I'm probably not that bothered if we then got a centre forward. I think we need one more that we haven't got in our squad in that final third, whether that be another centre fireworks who's got a bit of pace about him, whether it was someone like Tony Marshall who could do both, not necessarily him, but someone like that who could play wide or play through the middle.
Rashford on loan.
Rashford, he'd be perfect, wouldn't he? But someone like that, and then you could have Lookman.
We do need a midfielder, though. We need a centre midfielder who can
get about the pitch,
dominate games, get about the pitch.
Because that'd bring on Tom Davies's game. It would. You know, and Garner would have to step it up, and who knows? I think you're a bit like me. You know, in Silva's formation, for me, Garner's not a shoo-in. He's a good player. He's a very good player.
Our Garner t-shirts is the boss, though.
But they are boss.
So go and buy one of them.
I think if Silva, though, gets hold of him and goes, look, you do this, I think he'll be better for us.
T-shirt sales will go up.
T-shirts will fly. But I do believe, really, honestly, I really believe that his coaching will get more out of every single player.
Yeah, but I mean, coaching will, but coaching can only take you so far.
Oh, yeah.
It can't make you 6'4".
But it
can't make you a leader.
But there is, for me, personally, you might disagree, there's unlocked potential in our squad. I'm not saying it all, and I'm not saying all of a sudden this squad's great and it'll be the top. I'm saying there's players there that we can get more out of, who have got the ability and the talent.
At points last year,
but there's also 8 that
we couldn't pass.
I know.
Passes together.
I know.
So there is definitely got to be unlocked.
Well, exactly.
It's definitely going to be.
Exactly.
I think we've give you a thorough.
Yeah, well, I think we've done
the answer to your question there, Nate.
We've done your question proud there, Nate. He was worried that we wouldn't get half an hour out of it.
Oh, well, I wasn't.
No, I was just. You just said it.
I was just making
you threw it out. Just getting the bands up.
There you have it. They're big thanks to Nate.
Yeah, every week.
Get them in.
Don't wait for us to say it.
And thank you to the people who are just sending them in now without having.
Yeah, it's great.
You know, they're just sending them in, and people are saying, "Oh, I can't do them at the moment because of this." And nice one. Just send them in. The number's there. Yeah. Just send them to WhatsApp, or we transfer them over. Say it's the Tuesday topic for you, or just a general question, because we want to bounce out the Ask Us Anything show every week. So if we can get 3 or 4 questions, they don't have to be mad questions either, like something that we have to go in depth in. We want something that can just be a little 5-minute answer, like when Sean got in touch last week about the Jack Rodwell. That was a great little question because it sparked a little debate, and now he's on trial at Watford, so someone's taking a chance on him, someone's going to have a look at him, so why wouldn't it have been us? They're the kind of questions we like. You know, what do you reckon about the new kits?
Even Mark's one about the two, who's the better captain. It's like it makes you look at things.
Exactly,
but also, my story videos, get them in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Dead easy.
If you do them right, because obviously quality control here wasn't working. Can you make sure that they're not in portrait and they're in landscape? Because I don't know if you noticed, but I'll tell you
that was Aaron, wasn't it?
Don't put them out then. Tell them to redo them. We're not a charity. See that?
2 of the 3 that have gone out.
Hang on.
2 of the 3 that have gone out.
Can I just stop you there?
Landscape.
Can I just stop you there?
Landscape.
Can I just stop you there one moment, right? What shape's that telly?
Yeah.
It's not the other way up, is it?
No. Aaron's got his own channel as well.
You sent it in, but quality control here, let the world down.
You can't flip it round.
No, you just
like that.
No.
Alright.
You just no. What you do is you say, go and do it again.
He was.
I don't care.
He had kids.
Aaron's my mate. As a sound, he's my mate. But I told him. I messaged him and I went, you ever send me a video like that again, you're out. You're out the club.
Everyone else who has to send them in. Landscape.
Portrait ones would be. It does my head in. No, when you put like Sky News on and people like there's a big fire and people haven't got the time to just go. Tellies are that way. They're that way. They're not that way. They're that way. Sort it out.
Just to reiterate, what way are they?
That way.
That way.
Yeah. So thank you.
In case you missed it.
But thanks for sending them in correctly, everybody. Keep sending them in. We'll see you later.
What way is it?
Like the VAR. See, they don't go like that, do they? They go. Even they know. Even